Do you guys want me to pass that down? They seem to be popular down that end.
The center. It's been popular for me for 3 months. Okay, it's time to get started. Good evening, everyone. I'll call this meeting of the Lake Mill City Council to order for February 3rd, 2026. Misty, would you please call the roll?
Ms. Curler,
Here.
Ms. Schmager,
Here.
Ms. Quidnow,
Here.
Mr. Coots,
Here.
Mr. Waters.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our next agenda item is correction and acceptance of the City Council meeting minutes from January 20th. Are there any comments or corrections for the meeting minutes? Okay, seeing none, we'll accept those into our record. Next item is our board and committee reports, and we have meeting minutes from Plan Commission, Lake Mills Housing Authority, and 2 meeting minutes from the Library Board. Are there any comments or corrections on those minutes? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to correspondence and constituent contacts. Greg Coots, would you like to start us off?
I had multiple comments about the golf course. I think that's probably just the best way of summarizing it. Also, the Rock Lake Improvement Association email, and just a couple of city emails that came in too.
Okay, thanks. Mary?
I had the same as Greg. I also received the Joint Rock Lake Committee minutes. I had an inquiry on the new water level order and also a correspondence regarding the new no vehicle sign on Bartles Beach.
Thank you. Greg Waters?
The only thing extra I had was some Bayberry correspondence. That's it.
Michelle?
Nothing to add.
Okay, thank you, everyone. And I'll just add, I think we all received, Mr. Waters had the clerk forward the review of the tree protection work
Yes.
on Milton Street. I got some correspondence regarding the school district real estate plans, Knickerbocker Festival volunteer opportunities, and a couple of inquiries about serving on the Plan Commission. So those are my additional items, so. Okay, there is no one registered for public comment this evening, so we can move on to item 8, which is our city manager's report.
There's a written report attached to your packet. It's one thing that I'll call out specifically, since it was publicly reported. There is still a February primary continuing as scheduled. It was reported that a candidate had withdrawn from the race. You can't withdraw from the ballot, though, under Wisconsin state law. So even though there's only 2 candidates actively campaigning currently, the primary continues on as scheduled, and the top 2 vote getters will proceed to the April election. So still plan on either coming to early absentee in-person voting, and or on election day. Since she's in the room, we can all congratulate Misty on obtaining her SHRM certified professional certification.
Yes, congratulations, Misty. Thank you for your continued professional development, and it's a service to you and a service to the city as well. I note also that you had in your report that there is a future land use map amendment request for the golf course property, and that public plan commission meeting has not been scheduled yet, right?
Correct. It has
Okay.
not been finalized at this time. If we don't schedule a special meeting, it would occur on the regular meeting in March, which is the 4th Tuesday in March. I can't remember the date right now.
Okay, sounds good. Are there any other questions or comments for the city manager?
I have a question.
Mary?
First of all, I really like the level of detail in this report, so appreciate it. I do have a follow-up question on the Sandy Beach redevelopment plan. I know you noted the focus on delivering food service for March, and I'm just curious the timeline for the full park plan, if that has been established.
I believe in my notes I had that the city council was looking for options prior to March 1st on the food service, and then prior to, I think, maybe May 1st on the
Overall.
proposal as a whole, the options as a whole for the overall park plan.
Oh, all right, so we're on target for hoping to achieve that. Okay, that's all I was
That's
just
still
checking on.
our goal, yes.
Thank you.
Thanks. Anything else for Drake this evening? Okay, if not, we will move on to council business. Our first item is Resolution 26-06. Misty, would you read that for us?
City Council Resolution 26-06, confirmation of city manager appointment of Public Works Director.
Drake?
Very happy to bring forward this candidate to you for confirmation of my appointment. Brian Peterson, he is in the audience tonight, if anyone would like him to come up to say a few words, but he is the current Deputy Public Works Director for the city of Beloit, brings a wealth of experience and knowledge and skills to the position. We're excited to be able to work with him, and I'm happy to present his appointment to the city council for confirmation.
Fantastic. Brian, would you like to come up and say a few words? Just introduce yourself to the audience. Thanks. Welcome. And there, you might need to press a button if you don't see a green light on there. There we go.
No, I just wanted to thank everybody, Drake, the city attorney. The process was very professional. I was fortunate enough to meet the team in Public Works, at least the leadership team over there. Very impressed, and the presentation of the facility was above what I expected, for sure. I mean, I've been in a few communities and it's very tough. It's very difficult to maintain that level of presentation and what I expect the level of service that we provide here for the community. I'm hoping to obviously maintain that and drive it forward even further. So I appreciate it and thank you.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
I'll move to approve City Council Resolution 26-06, confirmation of city manager appointment of Public Works Director.
Second?
We have a motion by Greg Watterson, a second by Mary Schmager. Any discussion? All right, if not, Misty, would you please call the roll on Resolution 26-06?
Ms. Schmager?
Aye.
Ms. Quidnow?
Aye.
Mr. Coots?
Aye.
Mr. Waters?
Aye.
Ms. Curler?
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you. Look forward to you starting with us, Brian. Next item is Resolution 26-07. Misty, would you read that title for us?
City Council Resolution 26-07, municipal certification of Wisconsin Division of Alcohol Beverages, Form AB 105, producer full-service retail sales, Off Due Day Productions LLC, DBA Last Ditch Brew Pub, off-site full-service retail sales outlet, Outsider, 360 Enterprise Drive, Lake Mills, Wisconsin.
Thank you. So this is kind of a new process for us, so can we have a little summary from staff?
This application came in, it does require the city council to basically sign off saying that they're not going to impose any special restrictions. Being a brewery, it is permitted through the state, not through the city, so that piece can proceed with state's approval, but the full service for the alcohol and wine, the permissions, not necessarily the permission, it still gets granted through the state, but just saying there's not going to be extra restrictions comes from the city council.
I would just add that you've certified one other brewery under this process, and one of the issues here is that the city council of the city does not have ordinances or policy in place that does add specific restrictions on this activity. So our certification is basically stating that you don't have additional restrictions. They will operate as a full-service entity that offers beer, wine, and alcohol, hard liquor under state statute. So if there is any questions, certainly we can entertain those. If there is a desire to impose ordinance in the future, we can discuss that. But at this time, you don't really have authority to kind of create rules like on an ad hoc basis at this point in time.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions or discussion? Okay, seeing none, Misty, would you please call the roll on Resolution 26-07? Oh, I see somebody pausing. Oh, thank you. We need a motion, yes, thank you.
I'll move to approve City Council Resolution 2607 as written.
Is there a second?
I will second.
Motion by Michelle Quidnow, second by Mary Schmaker. Mary, did you have something for discussion? Okay, thanks. Last call, any discussion? Okay. Now, Misty, would you please call the roll on Resolution 26-07?
Ms. Quidnow?
Aye.
Mr. Coots?
Aye.
Mr. Waters?
Aye.
Ms. Curler?
Aye.
Ms. Schmager?
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you. Our next agenda item is an update on the LD Fargo Public Library Expansion Project. So I'll ask our library director, Gerard Saylor, to come on up, and I see you have some friends with you tonight.
We do, yeah. I'm Gerard from the library. We've got several of our campaign committee members here to answer any questions that we're looking at. But trying to give a regular update on the project, and things are moving along pretty well. The overall timeline has been compressed a little bit by the architects, mainly to save money and get it going. We want to save as much as possible on inflation. So right now, the process we're in is the construction documents section. We'll have our 50% meeting next Wednesday. And the plan is to have all the documents ready for bidding at the end of March. Doesn't mean necessarily going to go out for bidders, but it'll be ready at that point. We're still looking at solar and geothermal. Still have to do some test wells for the back of the library. And we're looking at different off-site locations. We're doing some comparisons, and we're also looking at City Hall here. We're moving off-site to save money by, the architect estimated about 3 months' time saved for the construction process, which is save about $300,000. And then off-site, we were looking at rent up to like $100,000, maybe $120,000. And now we're looking to knock that down even more and possibly looking at being here at City Hall. So we're looking on that. We don't really have any estimates yet on moving in storage for that to have a really good comparison. And we also have had several offers of in-kind donations from local vendors. Most important thing at this point is the campaign committee has really been doing a lot of work. It's been all volunteers. And we've raised over 73% of our goal already. So we're at $1,830,000. It's been going really well. We were focused initially on big donors, following the 80-20 rule, 80% of the income, 20% of the donors, and we've almost got there. And we're going to have a wider rollout to the rest of the community to really push towards the end of that. And Jody Sweeney, our fundraiser, is here, as well as our committee members, if you had any questions on that. Part of coming here early in, February, is we have several multi-year pledges. And those are going to extend past when bills are due for the construction process. Because of that, we're looking to have a bridge loan. The Bank of Lake Mills is interested in doing that. We've talked to them a few times, but they need somebody to guarantee that. The library can't do that. So in the future, we want to come back to the city council and ask for that. No money has to be put out by the city. Expect no defaults on the loans or pledges. And it's multiple different pledges, so even if there were a couple of defaults, it would be minimal. Just kind of an update on that. Did anybody else want to talk? No? Okay. They said I'm doing great. Did you have any questions at all?
Any questions?
I read it in their body language. It was very clear.
Are there any questions? Mary?
I have
Yes.
a question. I'm just curious, I know you talk a lot about multi-year pledges or just pledges in general, and I'm
Yep.
curious, in this kind of fundraising space, what the expected, actual cash in hand percentage looks like. Like, are we expecting to secure all of those dollars that are pledged? Or is there a percent that is not expected and you're going to have to fundraise above and beyond what the a default on the pledge would look like?
Not quite sure I understand. I mean, most of the
So, like,
smaller
some people will
pledges.
pledge, like, we'll say you pledge $50,000, and so
Right.
you pay over 3 years. Well, in the time you get to the third year, some people do not honor their last commitment
Right.
to their pledge, and that's common in fundraising. And I have experience in other industries, but not
Right.
in this space, so I'm just curious if there is any, like, if there's any statistics that you would suggest you're gonna have to fundraise above and beyond to make up for anyone who defaults, like, on a pledge.
I don't think we will. I don't have a good answer for that. One of the committee, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, come on up, Jody. Come on up to the microphone, just so we can hear you.
Yeah, this-
Jody
she's
Sweeney
here,
is
so
our
this is the question
fundraiser.
for
She's
her.
done a lot of these.
Yeah,
I've done 25 library campaigns.
Yeah, good.
The fall-off rate on, the non-payment rate on pledges is about 1 or 2%.
Oh,
It
good.
almost never happens in all the years I've done this. I've only had one not paid, and we have a written pledge form signed on every single gift that we have, every single pledge. So I'm not worried about that at all.
Oh, thank you, that's all. Was I- yeah.
that's
Oh,
good to hear.
really good, and
Yeah.
that's really, because everything, all my experiences often reaches to 10 double digits, and then you have to raise above and beyond, so for like a one, that is awesome, thank you.
I would add that we should know, I believe the timeline is May of this year. We should have some indication of where we fell on the $2 million grant that we applied for, which may eliminate a lot of the uncertainty
Yeah.
or any of the remaining uncertainty that there might be felt regarding any pledges that are out there.
Awesome.
Right, and that grant, we applied for that, I think the max $2 million. We might get none of it, we might get partial or all of it. We've not been planning on it at all. We continue to fundraise to reach the goal we need to reach without worrying about that.
Gerard, I've got a question about the offsite. Just trying to imagine what that will look like. Is that going to be, moving the entire collection somewhere else and providing, trying to provide comparable services out of another space? Or is it going to be some services in collection maybe won't be
It will
available?
never be comparable because we're not going to be able to find a facility that can handle everything. It's going to be scaled back, and it's really going to depend on where we go. So the one other property we've been looking at Enterprise Drive has a lot of space, but a lot of expense. And if, for instance, if we were to go downstairs, I mean, that's just a teeny amount of what the current square footages we have now. So my expectation is we'd have a bulk of the library collection and furniture and storage. Similar to what we did about 14 years ago, where we pared down the collection and had as much as possible available on hand, and the rest went in storage. Things like different events, that's more to talk about with city administration, how they handle their building, but the immediate thought is we could have things like story time up here, and just clean all our supplies out before meetings. Other things would just have to be scaled back. And ideally, I mean, construction calendars always change. FEH, the architect, said they were doing a project in another city in Wisconsin, and rain just kept coming and delayed their foundation work for like 2 or 3 months. But the plan right now is we'd be off-site for about 9 months. So it'd be really kind of a sliver of time. But everything would be scaled back, yeah.
Any other questions? Well, since we're rolling right along and you have brought these friends, I wonder if your fundraising committee folks could just come up and tell us a little bit of the detail of the work that they've been doing. I think we get things in the monthly newsletter with some of the naming rights and so forth, but maybe you could share some of your strategies and some of your successes.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear everything you said. Do you want to know sort of our plan going forward?
No, just maybe a little more detail on how the fundraising has been going and what the strategies are and that kind of
This
thing.
bunch is working incredibly hard. We, as Gerard said, we started with major gifts. We are now have a multi-level strategy to approach businesses throughout the community, including contractors to do in kind. We will be talking to legacy families, people who were raised here and moved away, so we have a whole strategy. But lots of different components. We will be doing direct mail, and then probably May. We hope to have this finished by June, and the grant will make a big difference. But we want to do a community-wide public campaign so kids can get involved and we can do small gifts. We will do maybe pavers or bricks or wall tiles or something. That'll finish up the campaign at the end. But we have about 5 different segments and a timeline to accomplish something different every month.
Fantastic.
And it's going really well.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. And I know, Gerard, in your weekly newsletter, you have clipped out some images to show with the naming rights, and it looks like there's lots of names going to
Yeah, it's been very
the furniture
successful
and things like that.
for the recognition opportunities. It's been really successful. We've been doing quite well, and we've continued to revise the document as well, kind of changing the amounts to see where the pledges are coming in. But if anybody's interested in that, keep track of the document, because some of those sections were selling out. Yeah.
Fantastic. Any other questions for Gerard and the team? So no action tonight? You're just here to give us an update, so thank you very much for that.
Yeah, just the update. All right, thank you.
Okay, our next agenda item then is the Bayberry Cottage in Progress Report. So we have Barry Luce here, along with Tom Binns, and we did receive a written report and some photographs from you, Barry, in advance of the meeting.
Yeah, I gave you,
Can you move the microphone closer? There you go.
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I gave you a picture report and a list of things that we've done. A lot of time since I met you, it's been spent on on that porch and the balconies in the back that you don't see from the front. But that's taken several weeks. We got the sprinkler system all in and completely tested and improved. We've got the electrical and plumbing all roughed in, and we just started drywalling and taping the second and third floor, and they're totally painted, and I brought that picture tonight for you,
Oh, okay.
because we just did that over the weekend.
The additional picture from tonight, it showed the, looks like there's some of the
It shows what,
flooring and other
yeah,
countertops and things that are installed.
it's going to be an open concept, and what you're seeing is the living room and the kitchen wall. So, we've been working, we're trying to get it so you guys are approving everything, so.
Thank you. Are there any
Any
questions?
questions?
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I said, do you have any questions?
Does anyone have any questions for Mr. Luce? Michelle?
Thanks for doing this. I know that that's what I requested at the last time, so I just want to tell you, thank you for putting this out there.
Thanks.
And just so that I understand completely, I've never built a house, so bear with me here. Is the install the doors and woodwork and finish the hardwood floors the very final things
Almost
that need to be done?
And yes.
Okay, nothing else after that point?
Oh, there'll always be something else. But,
Okay,
yeah, for this project, there'll always be something else. But the main thing is we got the water that came around under the highway and put a new fire hydrant there. And what else did I want to point out? Anyway, the list that I made gives you a synopsis of what I've done, what we've done.
okay.
Is the project on track to have a certificate of occupancy by the beginning of April?
We're hoping so. I mean, like you said, in construction, there's always timelines that aren't met, and we've had a couple of setbacks, but right now, I mean, the first two floors, the second and third floor being painted, moving forward with that. So,
How much work are you anticipating being done after April 1st?
I'm trying to get it done before April 1st. I'm not going in with the idea that we're not going to make it, you know.
Barry, I had a follow-up question to that. Do you have renters lined up already? Are you expecting
I
to start
have.
to have renters on April 1?
I have names taken on a list of
Okay.
several people that have asked me.
Okay. And another question I have you had a chance to meet our new building inspector, and have there been any inspections as this has gone along?
Yeah, we've had good rapport with the building inspector. The only comment I would have, we had a week of waiting for him. And he said he's gonna be there Monday, and we didn't come till the following Monday. But it
Okay.
was just a glitch, but he's been real good to work with.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good to hear.
I have another
You good,
question.
Michelle?
Kind of following up on Greg's question as far as certificate of occupancy is what the word was. Do you have a idea of what your price point will be, just to help people hear a little bit more about what might be a possible place to live here in Lake Mills?
I would say around $1,000,
Okay. And that's how many square feet? 900,
850.
850?
A couple of them are bigger, a couple of them are smaller.
Okay. Thank you.
But they'll be nice apartments.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Mary?
I guess I have a question only because there's a lot of snow on the ground. So is there, I'm guessing there's outstanding exterior, like the road that is supposed to come, like the exit for the fire department, and is that needed for occupancy, or is that kind of post-work that can be completed after April 1st? Because that's where, that wasn't on the list, that outdoor, that one piece that I recall being discussed.
The easement has been granted on the CSM that was created. It is required that ingress egress to the driveway is paved ultimately. I don't think that will hold up occupancy.
Okay.
I don't anticipate it being paved, this winter,
Yeah.
this spring, early this spring, it will be tough. I don't think that specific aspect of it will hold up occupancy.
Oh, thanks.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, when I talked to Greg told me that because we couldn't, when we got it done, we didn't have enough time to get to the blacktop in, and Greg said he wouldn't hold that up.
All right, you're talking about the former building inspector,
Yeah.
Troy?
Troy?
Yep.
Right. Sorry about that.
And Drake, do you have any further information from our inspectors as far as their thoughts or next steps?
I have not spoken to them on the topic. They did come in and meet with some other city staff. They think April 1st will be a tight timeline to complete the work to get granted occupancy on. But it's certainly up to Barry to make it happen. So if he believes he's on schedule, we can continue. There's no reason for the city to pull a building permit or anything like that at this time.
Okay, that's good. That sounds encouraging. And we've
Yeah,
got just
that
about 2
sounds
more months to go,
encouraging.
so.
Yeah. I'm trying, guys.
Okay, any other questions for Mr. Luce on the progress report? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on. The next item is related to this property, Resolution 26-08. Misty, would you read that title for us?
Do I need to stay up for that?
You don't have to, no.
Okay.
City Council Resolution 26-08, reduction of financial guarantee, Bayberry Cottage Inn, 265 South Main Street, Lake Mills, Wisconsin.
Thank you. So, Dan, is this one you? Okay,
Yep.
thanks.
The developer here has requested a reduction of his financial guarantee. The financial guarantee that was secured contemplated certain public and quasi-public improvements. Some of them have been completed. Mr. Luce spoke specifically about the new water main that enters the property and the fire hydrant that is at the far west end of the property. Those have been installed. Satisfactory condition. The letter from the engineer, the city engineer, does discuss that specific topic. Based on that improvement specifically, the engineer recommends that he is eligible for a reduction of that financial guarantee. I would note, though, that not all of the kind of contemplated public infrastructure, quasi-public infrastructure has been completed. We discussed the driveway paving of that. There is stormwater that will need to be addressed in the rear, the west end of the property. Being that it's winter, we don't really have the best information on that right now. And then you're looking at the completion of the project as a whole. You are not obligated to reduce the financial guarantee at this time. However, you do have a recommendation from the engineer that says, based on what has been completed from a public infrastructure standpoint and valuing that, contemplating what is left to do, he established under the city ordinances appropriately what should be maintained if you do engage in a reduction. I want to leave it there. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Okay, seeing none, is there a motion on 2608?
I'll move to approve City Council Resolution 26-08, reduction of financial guarantee of the Bayberry / Cottage Inn.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion by Greg Waters, seconded by Michelle Quednow. Any discussion, comments?
Yeah, with this already being a extension of an existing one, and with there being, it looks like the April 1st date is maybe close, but not quite, and there's going to be, it looks like there's potentially other things to wrap up. I'm not inclined to reduce the financial guarantee. The deadline is only 2 months from now anyways, and I think it would be worth, I don't see myself reducing the guarantee.
Any other comments, discussion?
I guess the way I look at it is that that the work has been done, the assets would help to move the project forward and keep things moving forward in a good timeline. So I see no reason to withhold at this point.
I would concur with Greg Waters. I think the terms of our developers agreement, the financial guarantee is very specific for the public improvements. It's not for the overall project. We didn't choose to do it in that way. And I think reducing this is something that the developer is entitled to. And I think if I understood you right, I agree that it would facilitate him being able to complete the rest of the project, holding up additional funds that he is entitled to, or the letter of credit that he is entitled to have reduced, I think doesn't help the project get across the finish line. Any other comments, discussion?
Same way.
Seeing none, Misty, would you please call the roll on Resolution 26-08?
Mr. Coots?
No.
Mr. Waters?
Aye.
Ms. Curler?
Aye.
Ms. Schmager?
Aye.
Ms. Quednow?
Aye.
Motion passes 4-1.
Thank you. Our last agenda item under council business tonight is Ordinance 1287. This is our third reading tonight, so Misty, would you please read that title for us?
Ordinance 1287, amending City of Lake Mills Code, Chapter 38, City Council, Section 38-6, referendum requirement.
Okay, would anyone like to make a motion?
I would move to adopt the resolution,
Ordinance.
the ordinance, sorry,
Second.
my bad.
Okay, we have a motion by Greg Coots, seconded by Greg Waters. Is there any discussion? Mary?
Well, I actually appreciate, Greg, that you have taken the opportunity to look at something that has really been outdated. I know we've talked about this in prior readings. The fact that, this hasn't been looked at in a significant number of years. And so thank you for bringing this forward. And I think it is, I will be supporting it.
Thanks. This came up last time, and I didn't have the number with me, but when this was passed in 2000, $1 in 2000 would be about $1.88 today, meaning $500,000 in 2000 would be approximately $941,000 today. So this is inflation and adjustment for inflation, but using round numbers and buying us another couple years worth of time anyways.
I really like this approach. I'm in support of it as well, and thank you, Greg, for taking the time to do that analysis. I had thought about before tonight's meeting about whether we should, add something in here to have account for future years of inflation, but thinking about it and talking to a couple people, it seems like that might just be too complicated. So I think it's easier to have a straightforward number, everybody knows what it is, and then we should just, if inflation continues to rise, we just need to update this ordinance from time to time. I think that's a clearer way to interpret it. And I think it's good for us to have this policy. It really makes us think carefully and make sure that we're getting citizen input if we're going to make large investments. So I think it's a good policy to retain. Any other comments, thoughts? Seeing none, Misty, would you please call the roll on ordinance 1287?
Mr. Waters?
Aye.
Ms. Curler?
Aye.
Ms. Schmager?
Aye.
Ms. Quidnow?
Aye.
Mr. Coots?
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you. That concludes council business for this evening. So we have announcements and recommendations for future agendas. Does anybody have anything, council members have anything on their minds to suggest?
I guess I need to follow up with Mr. Daly on the trees, and that's something we need to push forward here soon, so other than that, no.
Okay. Drake, anything that you're aware of that you want to call to our attention?
Not tonight, no.
Okay. All right, seeing nothing, oh, Michelle?
Question, are
Yes.
we having another meeting for Sandy Beach this month, or is it next month, or are we good?
We don't have a work session scheduled. The way we left it was that city staff would be working on a number of items, and I think in particular, we thought perhaps if a planner, park planner is retained, they may want to meet with us, and that might be a reason to call it. So
Okay.
we'll wait for Drake to let us know if he thinks we need a work session.
Okay.
Yeah, but thanks for checking in on that, though. Okay, seeing nothing else, I will call this meeting adjourned.